Is Russia helping China build nuclear weapons or giving them any supplies?
They have been the whole, and this is one of the reasons I think we'd be able to do a deal with Putin, because I think Russia, not just Putin, they're probably disappointed in what they've gotten back from China, because China went from pretty much a militarily backward country, that we weren't all that concerned about. But in a couple of decades, they've been built into a peer competitor with the United States, both with conventional forces, modern Navy, modern Army, modern Air Force, and now they've got modern nuclear weapon systems. And all of this has been built on technology that's been stolen from the United States, but also technology that they've gotten from Russia. In fact, some of the most important stuff is Russian-supplied technology for both conventional and nuclear forces. A great example is the new ICBM, the DF-41 ICBM, which is a MIRVed ICBM. It'll carry 10 warheads. It looks a lot like Russia's SS-18 in terms of it being a MIRVed warhead. It's a first strike weapon, highly accurate, but unlike the SS-18, it's mobile. It's actually a mobile missile, which makes it even better for a surprise attack. And that's all built on Russian technology. And the Russians have got some things back from the strategic partnership, but the relationship has been disproportionately beneficial to China. The Chinese have been cheap partners. They have what Russia has built them into a world-class competitor that could arguably win World War III against the United States. And Russia has, the economic benefits they've gotten from that relationship are not nearly as impressive as I think as the Russians would like. And they know that these capabilities will eventually be turned against themselves.
PBD, how are you processing? I mean, let me just recap what he just said, and you just went from World War III, potentially Russia with China as an ally, taking out the United States, the West, and then somehow got right from there to already World War IV, Russia versus China, the remnants of who wins that. I got that part. And then initially before that, we talked about globalism. And Pat initiated the entire conversation with what's changed since 3 weeks ago. Well, the World Economic Forum was just held in Davos, Switzerland. If there's anything that I took from that is that the EU is getting closer and stronger. They used to be called the Russian House in Davos. They changed the name to the Russian War Crimes House located in Davos. I don't know if we have that picture, but it seems like EU is getting stronger. United States, obviously, proxy war with EU, Ukraine. World War III, boom. World War IV is already happening. There's the Russian War Crimes House. I'm just kind of processing all that. How are you? I mean, what's your biggest takeaway so far? We spent almost 4 hours with Dr. Pry.
You said something last time on last time's podcast with Dr. Pry. Is you said, the difference between America and some of these countries is we don't have to worry about who's on our border. We don't. Mexico and what is it? Canada? What do we got to worry about? By the way, did you hear about Canada's story yesterday? What Justin Trudeau just announced? The difference is, imagine if U.S. was border to China, and China keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger. What do you think World War IV is going to be? Probably U.S.-China. So what he's saying is not that out of.
But he's saying World War IV would be Russia, China.
I know,
US
I agree. But I tell you, what I'm more concerned about is if World War IV is China and Russia against everybody. That's what you really got to worry about. It's a much better situation if World War IV is China against Russia. You don't want World War IV to be China and Russia against everybody else. You don't want that. You want those two guys to, if there's gonna be a war, that's better to be them two than anybody else, them uniting against everybody else. But what are we worried about? Mexico? I mean, what's going on with Mexico? Who are you worried about? Colombia? What were you worried about? Argentina? Brazil? Canada? You think Justin Trudeau, with his aggressive stand he took yesterday to freeze gun sales, we are capping the number of handguns in this country, right? And what he announced, I don't know if you saw what he announced. Did you watch the video yesterday, what he announced? The fact that he stood up there with 20 men standing behind him with masks on, extremely responsible people. And, what we're going to do is take guns away from people. Like the angle he's taken, do you worry about him attacking you? No. What he's doing is, and America sits there and says, oh, okay, you guys just got weaker.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.